What's good, everyone? It's Fizzy. We're back again with another video. So this summer, in my personal opinion, Escaladizzy has been the song of the summer. Honestly, I don't even know how it became popular because the way Marvel was explaining it, guy, it made no sense.
The back of the Escalade, we're hot boxing, and I'm busy. So that's Escaladizzy hot boxing. Damn.
But while I was listening to it, I got inspired by it. And I was like, yo, Afrobeat's actually changed in a lot of ways. It's not the simple, piano or guitar melody or, your marimba sound or whatever. And even we started to make log drums normal. We now even added like another thing, like having these like gritty synth sounds. Honestly, it's crazy for Afrobeats. Over the weekend, I was actually making a beat and I was like, let me just see what I can make. And I actually just didn't record it because I didn't think I was gonna make anything. But today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I made an Escaladizzy type beat today. So let's get into this. So as you can see, this is the structure of the beat. So I'm actually just gonna go to the chorus and I'm gonna show you what the chorus sounds like. So that's what the chorus sounds like. So based off that, you can already hear like the gritty synth sounds and just the percussion coming in, honestly. So I'm actually gonna do a breakdown of the beat. So the first melody I actually ended up making was this one here. So as you can see, that's the basis like of the whole beat. That was like the first thing I made. So I got that sound from Contact, and the sound that I'm using is this crawling lead. So I really like the sound of it. So I just said, okay, let me make that. So then next, I then added in this like other lead type sound. This is what it sounds like. So again, it's just, as you can hear that it's panned to the left slightly. Again, this is just to make the beat sound a bit more full and everything. Next, we then have this main lead sound, which is this one here. So as you can hear, it's gliding and I have it slightly panned to the right. And the reason why I do this is because, again, it's just so that it catches the listener's attention. So really and truly, I really like that lead. It's a very, very sharp, gritty lead. And I got this one from Expand and I'm using the Fat Melody preset. So that synth, it just really goes well with the beat. Next, I then have this bell-like sound. And I just have that again playing as air candy. So the reason why I have that in there is just, again, a bit of air candy. And again, I have this pan slightly to the right. So I have two more melodies. So the next melody I have is this one here. Again, this one is more of a bassy type melody. And again, I just have this as air candy. All of these things are just to accompany the main sound, which is just this lead up here. And then lastly, I then have this bell-like sound. So it sounds like a robot type lead, and what I've done to it is that I actually have a panning left and right. So I added a pan man onto this so that it can pan left to right. So in terms of melodies, that's everything. So I'm actually just gonna play all the melodies together so you can hear them by themselves without the drums. That's what the melody sounds like. Now we're gonna move on to the drums. So as you can see, I have quite a few drums. So first things first, I have the shaker here. And again, that sounds really, really nice. It's just a normal shaker loop. Next, I then have this first snare. And again, I wanted this snare to be more like sharp and really punchy. So I ended up going with this snare, but then I also wanted like a more low type of like snare. So that's why I have like a bunch of snares and rim shots. So the next snare that I have is this one here. And again, I have this one panned to the left because I don't want all the percussion playing through like the middle and everything being centered. I want there to be left and right pans just so that, it fills up the space properly. Another snare that I also have included is this one here. And again, it's just the roll that I have playing at the beginning of certain sections just to, catch the listener's attention. Next, I then have this snare here. And again, one thing I've also done with some of my snares is that I changed the pitch of some of them just so that, again, everything is not the same pitch and everything. So next I then have this other snare. And the reason why I have it is just so, again, I just wanted a low end snare just so that, you know, it stands out a bit more in the mix. Next, I then have this snare. This snare follows the exact same pattern as the original main snare. And what I've done is that I shifted it slightly so that it's not playing at the exact same time and it's just slightly off grid. And I also panned it as well. And the reason why I've done the combination of the two is that, again, is so that the snare can really punch through the mix. So altogether, this is what the percussion sounds like. So while I was making it, I saw that the snares and everything were all starting to fit together, especially when I started to pan things left and right. And lastly, I then have my log drum, which is this log drum here. And again, the log drum is really, really bassy because I really noticed that, like, when it comes to songs like Escaladizzy and a lot of, like, you know, famous Pluto or like Zeri type beats, the log drums are really, really low. So that's the type of vibe I was going for. So altogether with the drums, this is what it sounds like. So that's mainly everything for, like, you know, the main beat and everything. I have the melody all sorted and then now the drums. So in terms of transitions, I didn't really do too much. It was literally just two effects, which is this one here, which is like a very like traditional and classic riser and impact. And then I also have this one here as well. So in terms of like risers and transitions and effects, those are the two main ones that I have. Now, in terms of my mixer, this is what I have in my mixer. So for my main melody, I have this neutron and this is what it looks like. Again, I just added a simple EQ. Then for the bell sound, I didn't have anything on because I felt as if it was fine the way it is. And again, for my lead, I then have this one here. And then for my bell sound, this is when I added in the pan man, and it's not too hard. It's not a harsh one. I use my hi-hat preset, which is just very soft left and right. And again, it's very noticeable when you have headphones in. And again, I just have another EQ. And then for my drums, I didn't really do too much to my drums. I just have them all playing normally. And some of them I pan slightly left and right. And then for my log drum, as you can see here, I just have an EQ. I also have a transient shaper and I also have a compressor, just to slightly compress it. And again, this is just so that it punches through the mix a lot better. And then for my master, this is what I have for my master. I just slightly ducked down some of the low. I didn't really do much with the imager. And then for the maximizer, I have the ceiling set at this. And yeah, that's it from me, everyone. That's literally the whole beat. Honestly, it's a very, very nice and classic beat. If you're looking to, you know, purchase it or lease it out, wherever, I'm going to put the link down to my beat stash so that you can check out all my beats that I've actually ever made. And if you'd like the loop to this as well, make sure to comment down loop and I'll put this in my next common loop pack as well. So yeah, that's it from me, everyone. Make sure to comment down below what you think of the beat as well. And yeah, we're actually currently at 900 subscribers. Make sure to continue to hit that subscription button. And yeah, I just want to say a massive shout out to everyone. And yeah, that's it from me, everyone. Peace.